Welcome back, everybody. It's part 3, roleplay, Age of Rebellion. We just pissed off some bounty hunter, slaver, Wookiee hunters. It's a bad scene, but you didn't start a cantina fight, so that's good. You get to enjoy your drinks in peace. So we fade back in on the four of you. How many empty drink containers are there on the table? How much have you been drinking, Captain? Because I think you're the one pounding them back.
I've had 2. Well, to be fair, I'm an experienced drinker, I think. But I probably have about 2 empty containers, and I'm working on a 3rd.
Okay, excellent. So you've been here for a little while when Barum comes back from her mission. She's dressed differently now. She's taken the prisoner outfit off, and she's replaced it with a just like a shirt and a vest. She looks like she could be any dock worker in the in Ord Mantell, and she looks concerned. She looks upset about something when she comes in, but she tries to calm herself before she reaches the table, and she walks up and she says, "Okay, well, I've made arrangements, but I'm gonna need you to stick around a little longer. You can't go back to the Alliance yet." And she looks at the table and she notices there's no drinks, and then she snaps her fingers and gestures for the droid to bring her something, and she sits down. So she says, she looks at the droid and she's like, "You're not gonna like this, Goldenrod.
No.
There's a local, I don't even know, crime lord, I guess. He's an old friend of mine. His name's Cholta. He's a Hutt. And we need to go and talk to him."
See, Cholta Gobaba? Oh no! Oh no!
She's like, all right, calm down, everybody. I know, but look, he's the only one that can help. And she reaches into her bag. She's got a bag at her side. She reaches into it and she takes out a pad, like a comm tab, and she passes it to I guess probably to you, Jedi, and she says, "This is why you had to rescue me from that Star Destroyer." And on the pad, it looks like they're like schematics for some kind of weapons system.
Right.
You can't really make heads or tails of it. If anybody has a mechanic skill or gunnery, they could take a look and try to get more information. Okay. So how do you notice it, but he's kind of holding it and looking at it yes, but you can tell he's not figuring it out. What are you gonna do?
I slam my glass down and I'm like, "Hey, give me that." And I make grabby hands.
Okay.
Let's see.
I just slowly hand it over to her, but as she takes it, I'm kind of still holding on to it a little bit, so she kind of has to pry it from me.
Yeah, I grab Jarik's hands and then just forcibly move them over to ILM.
Okay. So
which one was it? It was gunnery or what?
yeah, you can.
Okay.
You don't actually have to roll. I just wanted somebody
Okay.
with gunnery would be able to recognize, or mechanics. But gunnery, you can tell. Yeah, this is a weapon system for not for a ship or it looks like a base weapon system, but not like anything you've ever seen before. The power requirements for a weapon like this alone would be astronomical, but the designs seem to be pretty they make sense. They're pretty solid. And
You said this was for the guy that I just insulted?
No, she brought this to you. Barum,
Okay.
this is what she got when she escaped the Star Destroyer. So she says, she says they're putting this thing together now. There's more information in the file, but I can't make heads or tails of it, and we need to
Wait,
get
you're
it.
saying there's more?
She nods.
I'm
More
saying okay.
information in the file, yeah, but I don't have the skills to slice through the encryption. That's why we need Cholta. He's got some of the best slicers in the system, but it's not going to come cheap.
How much?
I lean over to the droid and I'm like, "No offense, old friend."
So she says, she says, look, if there was any other way, we could take it back to Alliance headquarters. We could have them slice it, but I just don't think we have the time. And Chulta's here now, and with a little luck, we can talk him into, well, taking a look at the data for us. But I can't go in there alone, or I'm never coming out. And she looks over at Shorty, and she's like, so you may get an opportunity to use that thing, and looks at the pike.
Might I suggest the art of negotiation, which I am very skilled in? Perhaps it will help us for a nominal fee.
I began to speak up, but then just go, ah.
She nods, and she says, and puts her hand on your shoulder, Zero. She's like, I think you might be right. We'll let you do the talking.
Wonderful. I am fluent in over 37 billion forms of Huttese.
I sort of look at Shorty, and then I look at Jorik, and I'm just like shaking my head. I can't actually shake my head right now, but.
Okay.
Are we ready to leave now, or should I suggest that, or are we kind of going tomorrow, kind of thing?
Do you want to tell her about the bounty hunter?
I wasn't going to.
Okay. All right.
Try to maintain that good rep.
It's none of her business.
I mean, it will be when they show up later. But...
We could get started now, couldn't we? Because we still have 2 hours, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can head over there now if you want to, for sure.
Okay.
Okay. So you notice that she's acquired herself a blaster pistol. She's got it on her hip. She like checks it and then looks at you kind of nervously, and she says, "Okay, let's go." And I think that you, Jorik, you can feel like there's fear in this one. Like she's not sure this is going to go very well. And if you don't keep control of the situation, that fear might turn to anger and it might get real. So
who's carrying this thing that she gave us?
The data pad? I mean, you have it right now.
Okay, I'm carrying it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
How small is it?
I mean, it's like iPad sized. Okay, so you get up to go from the table, and we get the diagonal wipe and the sound change to basically like you're out in one of the waste hills. There's like a valley in these like piles of garbage, and there's a castle, for lack of a better word, built out of like old starship parts. Like you can see that it's built out of like the bridge of a star destroyer, and then hanging from it there's all these other like sort of ornaments made out of like broken ships, and there's a path carved through the garbage that leads up to this big tower where Chulta the Hutt lives. And so as you're walking up to the tower, or up to the door, she says, "All right," and I think she's saying this to Aya and the Wookiee. She's like, "All right, just try to be polite. I don't know if you've ever dealt with a Hutt before, but they can be a little unreasonable. So let's try not to make them mad. At least not at first."
I sort of look to Shorty and I go, "Talking to you, not me."
When she says they can be unreasonable, Jorik kind of mutters, he's like, quite the understatement.
If half the things I've heard of Hutts are true, I'll just short circuit.
So you walk up to the front doors, and they're shut. There's a big like metal door out front, and I think that everybody. In. Well, so the door's shut, yeah. But they all like, I think, yeah. She looks at you, Zero, and kind of like goes like after you.
Oh, great! What's his name again?
Chulta.
Oh, great and high exalted Chulta the Hutt. We have come here on behalf of an interested party to give you credits for your service. We would be honored if you would let us into your citadel of words. Citadel of words. Oh dear, I'm horrified. Hutts up. I am short-circuiting. Oh no. Oh no.
I sort of put my hand on him and sort of just slowly pull him back.
It's okay. Okay. All right. So you make a I was gonna make a cool check, but it's not the appropriate skill here. Make a charm. Roll a charm test for me, Zero, with your startling 1 1 rank in charm.
Charm test, eh? All right, I can do that. All right, do I have to put anything else in there, or just charm?
Nope, just go ahead and roll that one charm.
That big 1 in
Yeah.
persuasion.
Okay, so you make an advantage for yourself, but you don't. They're not particularly excited about having you here. I think that the door does open, so it like starts to slide to the side, and standing guard, there are 2 Gamorreans. So Gamorreans are these like big like pig dudes, and they're standing guard when the door opens and gesture for you to come inside.
I immediately try to walk the other way. Like, oh no!
You turn around.
No.
Yeah, I grab him and then just like pull him back.
Okay.
I wait for
All right.
them to go in. I go
Okay.
in last.
I take point then, whatever. I'll go first.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you head inside. Okay.
Yeah.
So the inside of the hall, like the outside, is crafted mostly out of like welded together junk parts of starships. So you're kind of walking through like a starship corridor that's been opened on top, and there's there's various like other pieces of ships. You see part of like a TIE fighter cockpit on one side as you walk by, and the guards escort you to a kind of like a waiting room, and in the middle of it there's this enormous statue, this enormous like sandstone like statue of a Hutt, and he's, as most Hutts are, like huge and corpulent in the statue, and he also has there's also like on the statue 2 like twi'lek slave girls, kind of like kneeling in like the arc of his tail.
Color
and,
are they?
Well, it's a statue. They're not painted. So
Oh,
it's
the
just in
statue's
stone.
okay.
Yeah, it'll just be like sand
yeah.
color.
He looks like especially like regal, and they look like cowed and scared and like in awe of his great corpulence.
Do I
I'm
sense
gonna roll
anything?
my eyes and go. Oh, so typical.
Okay, you wanna try to reach out with your senses?
Yeah, I just wanted to sense if I could feel a disturbance or.
Sure. Yeah. So you're just using your own like mundane like senses, right? You're not using the force. Okay.
No, I was going to use the force. Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay. What ability?
Is there a specific sensibility?
No, I just wanted to know if you're using like you don't have 4C, right? You can't like see
No,
the
no,
future?
no.
Okay,
No.
so you just can like reach. Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of just like close your eyes and take a deep breath and clear your mind. Okay, make a vigilance test for me. Oh yeah, look at how vigilant you are. Extremely vigilant. Yeah, so obviously like you're in a dangerous place. You sense there's a lot of potential for you to get in trouble here, but you get the impression like the biggest source of danger is going to be Barum. There's something she's not telling you about like this deal with the Hutt or like something. She's definitely keeping something from you.
And I know that now, do I?
Yeah, you can feel that.
Can I bring it up, or is it not good time?
Yeah, I mean, you're in like a waiting room. Basically, the guards have just been like, they point at like the area and they're like, stay here, and then they like leave.
So I kind of lower my hood, and then I open my eyes and I look towards her, and I'm like,
Yeah, she's looking a little fidgety.
yeah, I'm like, if there's something that you're not telling us, you need to tell us now.
She shakes her head. No, well, you know everything you need to know. Kind of
Can
scowls
you
at
use
you.
your force to detect it?
No, I wouldn't do that. Like, I know she's not telling us something, but if she's not going to admit it, then I'm just going to be on my guard.
Hey, well, why don't you? I mean, you can push her. You can try to roll. And
Can I?
convince her. Yeah.
That's like a specific skill that I don't have yet, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could. It depends. You could
All right.
coerce or you could charm, right?
All right.
Like it depends on your angle.
Okay.
Red
All right.
charmer. Ooh. You like it?
Let's go for a charm.
Okay, you want to try and charm her? All right.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
I'm just like, it's a lot easier for me to protect you if I know what I'm getting into.
Okay. So you're trying to come at it as a like, it's okay, like we're just here to help. You can tell us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's
All right.
concerned about her.
Okay. Make a charm roll and put. Let me just take a look.
Oh, I just charm rolled like a boss.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here I'll just roll one more purple die for you because you're resisting her. Okay, so nothing on that second purple die anyway. So yeah, that was a boss charm roll. Look at all those successes. Okay, I think that she, yeah, you kind of like she's scared of something, and you being like, it's okay, like we're here to take care of you. She says to you, she's like, look, I've got a bad history with this hut, and I don't think he's gonna be too happy to see me. It's kind of a gamble, actually. I mean, I should have told you earlier, but there might be a bounty involved. Anyway, I'm worried it's gonna get violent, and she like looks down at your belt, and she's like, I hope you know how to use that thing.
I giggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I can't help it over here, and I just giggle.
Okay. She says to you, she's like, we should talk later in private. And then before she can continue, you hear the clanking of like a protocol droid approaching.
Okay.
So there's basically like we see like Zero, but instead of gold, he's like a matte black color, and he's wearing like a red sash. And he comes like clanking into the room, and he says, "His illustriousness will meet with you now. This way, please."
Oh my, how flamboyant.
Sort of like I sort of nudge Shorty, and I point for him to follow.
Okay. All right. So you follow the protocol droid into Cholta's audience chamber. So the audience chamber is like quite sparse. It's a like a wide open chamber with a raised dais on the other side where you see Cholta. He's like he was in the statue. He's got his like two like slave girls with him. And he doesn't appear to be attended otherwise. He doesn't have like a big audience around. But you do notice that there are guards standing on the sides of the room, dressed in quite intimidating looking like armor, holding like long blaster rifles.
How many?
Disintegrators. He has 4 guards in the room right now. And when you walk in, the droid says, "May I present the almighty Cholta the Hutt?" And he like gestures to Cholta, who's like looking at you with his big slimy frog eyes.
Oh, great Jota the Hutt, fearsome overlord of the underworld, we come to you with an offer of money.
So Cholta like chuckles and says something in Huttese, and the protocol droid says, "His Excellence thanks you for bringing him the woman." And you see Baram like look at you like shit, and
So I immediately say that's not what we came for.
the protocol droid like kind of like cocks his head and says, "If you are not here to collect the bounty, then why?"
Hey, I'm behind her, and I just sort of nudge her up forward, and I'm like, "Now's your chance."
Okay. She says,
I mean, we're here because she told us to come here. So.
Yeah. She puts her hands up and she's like, look, Cholta, I know there's some bad blood between us, but I really need your help, and we can square away all that other stuff. And he like roars. He's just like, "Whoa!" And then he says something in Hutt, and the droid says, he says, "Keep your weapons at a distance. we will take her. And the guards like start to come forward to like take Barum away.
As the guards come forward,
blaster.
As the guards come forward, I go forward too, so I'm in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, she's not going anywhere.
Okay. The hut bellows at you, and the protocol droid says, His Most Corpulent Majesty admires your guts, but unfortunately, the woman stays here. You will step back if you value your lives.
Why do you want her so bad? What does he want with her? And I sort of look to her, like, suspiciously.
Yeah, she kind of like panickingly like looks at you like, God, we gotta get out of here. And the hut again just like says something in Huttese and says, the droid says to you, Merciful Cholta offers you, and like gestures to you, Aya, a place at his side. He appreciates your beauty and courage. And then he like while he's letting the protocol droid, Cholta watches you. How do you react? Like, are you scowling or? Me? Yeah.
I draw my weapon up and point it at the hut's face. And I say,
Yeah, he laughs. So he's just like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then again in Huttese, and it's translated into, he says, you are a feisty one, aren't you? And then you notice the guards are like going to point their weapons at you. What are you, Shorty? Yeah, Shorty, what are you doing?
Shorty, what are you doing right now? He's just off singing in the distance.
Yeah, no, if Sam has moved up, or I'm sorry, if Jorik has moved up, then I'm right behind him, right when you pull your pistol. And I guess I like maybe make the laser, the electricity spark on my force pike.
Okay.
So in relation to us, where are they positioned?
So if you're
the guards.
Yeah, you're kind of in the sort of middle of the room, and the guards are on like in the corners. So you're kind of surrounded by them. They're not like right on you, but they're definitely here to hold you.
Okay. So, I mean, since they're behind us as well, I immediately swing around and point my gun at like the guard nearest my corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, "Well, here we go." and then I'm gonna. Are they gonna attack us? Does it look like they're gonna attack us?
Can I try to negotiate our way out of this?
Yeah. Like if it's
you
like Aya's giving you space to say something.
Go ahead. I'm not good at that.
Corpulent one, perhaps it would be benefit to all of us if instead of eviscerating ourselves, we work together to solve a common problem, and then at a later date dealt with your bounty issues.
So make a negotiation check. Let me see what the difficulty is. Yeah, let me see what the difficulty is for a hut crime lord here. Let's see. Upgrade difficulty of all charm, coercion, and deception checks targeting the hut by 3, but you're negotiating, so okay. So put in 3p.
Okay.
When you make your roll. Okay, so yeah, wow, so it just totally like neutralizes itself out. So the 2 successes you got are neutralized by the 2 failures, the advantage is neutralized by the threat, and nobody listens to you. I think that you're just like,
sounds about right.
And I think that the hut just like laughs, and the droid says, Wisest Cholta will deal with you as he wishes. And the droid looks at the guards, and you see Cholta's big fat arm like come up, and he like points like he wants to see you get shot. He's just like, no, do it. This will be fun.
I fire.
So why don't we roll initiative? Because it looks like you're all like ready for a fight. And I'll put you
initiative
on the
pool. Is we're prepared.
Yes. Yeah. Hold on. Let me clear it first.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. So if everybody wants to roll initiative with your cool.
Okay.
I'll place y'all on the map here. And then I'll use this symbol for the guards. So they're all at short range for you now. Actually, the room's pretty big. They're going to be at medium range. Okay. So we got your orders on there. Let me add some for the bad guys, and then we'll get her started. Okay, so the guards have 2 for their initiative. Oh, they have 1 million these days. Okay, so the guards basically, again, they're minions. They're not very tough. They're gonna all kind of act as one. So there we go. That's the real roll. So they got 0 and 4. So we'll add initiative for them. All right. Okay,
I
so
got a weird sign that I haven't seen before.
Which one? Oh, you got the Triumph.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Triumph, basically in this case, just acts as a way to like determine who wins in a tie. Normally, it's a crit, basically. But we'll see those in a second.
All right, cool.
Okay, so yeah, so you get 3 of you get to go first before the guards get to react. What are you gonna do?
I attack.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna take out my. I've already taken out my blaster, and I'm gonna aim it at the one in my corner.
Yeah, the closest one to you. Okay.
Yeah. So is that range light?
So what you can do in combat is you can take a maneuver and you can take an action.
Okay.
The maneuvers are things like you can, if you don't want to move, you can aim first and then shoot. You can assist somebody else. You can guard. You can manage your gear. So if you hadn't already drawn a weapon, you'd have to draw one. You can move, so you can get closer or further from people. And then you can take an action. And actions are things like shooting or like climbing, more complicated stuff. Okay. So do you want to move, or are you okay where you are? Because they're at medium range.
Yeah, the pistol I have is medium range as well.
Yeah, I can shoot up. Okay.
So I could just shoot.
Sorry.
Oh, the first thing I do is like sort of push the girl in between all of us. And then I just fire. I just shoot my blaster.
Okay, so you want to take a blaster shot. So the difficulty at medium range is 2p to shoot. And so you're going to use your maneuver to get her behind you and then shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's going to be a ranged attack.
Okay.
Using the skill that you
that one?
Yeah, you got it. Range light, exactly. Okay. All right.
What's threat mean?
So you take a shot. So threat is something that I can spend to have like bad stuff happen. So
okay.
So for 2 threat, I can spend my threat, and I can spend it on, let's see, 2 threat. I can boost their ability, or I can penalize the next person.
Okay.
1. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So the next person to go, I as blaster, I think that you go to take a blaster shot, and you fire at him, and you miss, and maybe it hits the wall and like ricochets back, so that one of you, like whoever goes next, has to like duck out of the way of the shot. So who's taking the next action?
What, we pick or do you pick?
Yeah, you pick. Whenever it says a PC slot, you pick. You can fill it with.
How far away is the hut?
He's at like long range, like he's up here. Let me I'll throw him on here. And he's like up, like he's quite high up, which I know you don't care about.
That means nothing to me.
That's right. So there's Chilta, he's up at long range, sitting up on his platform.
So which one did Ava shoot at?
I shot at the one.
This one.
To the left, yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry too much about individual targets, because like based on where they are is important, but they all act as one. They're all one character.
Okay.
Yeah. So the more damage you do, you'll just kill them off as you go.
All right. So I'm gonna force leap straight towards that one.
Okay.
And I get to do that as a maneuver because I have it skilled so high. So I, out of nowhere, like you just see like the cloak rustle, and then I'm just in midair. I'm like drawing this saber.
And as he's in the midair, you see the blaster, the laser just go right under him, like he maneuvered around it as he's leaping.
Yeah.
It's
And yeah, my saber's inherited from my master, who used the silver crystal, so it's a silver lightsaber. And yeah, I just go to cleave this guy in half.
okay, cool. So you're using what's the name of the power? Enhance. The force power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So enhance. I just need to make sure you don't have to roll to use it. Let's see. When performing a force leap action, make an enhanced power check. Okay. So yeah. So you got to make a power check. So just roll a force die first to do your roll.
Okay.
Okay, so we can ignore everything but the force die on that one. So it's just the black point. So now you got to get a choice. So you like crouch down, and you can feel like the sense of like excitement about battle like start to build up in you. Yeah, you can feel that there's like the dark side there because you want to kill these dudes. So you have a choice. You can either not use your power, or you can take the conflict and tap into the dark side.
I take the conflict.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So your leap is powered by like anger.
Yeah. This guy's like tested my patience.
Yeah. So is that visible from the outside, or is that all like an internal thing for you?
It's kind of like I'm kind of angry that he won't have a conversation.
Right.
And,
like how dare he?
Yeah. I guess more frustrated would be the right word. But yeah.
Okay. Sure. Okay, cool. So it's just beneath you to do this. Okay, so you just like fly towards this dude, and you can jump two range bands, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And that's which one are you going for? The nearest
one
one?
right in front of the hut. Yeah, the one Pokket.
Okay. So
Sorry.
you're like up here. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you leap and you like land next to him with your lightsaber drawn. That was a maneuver because you spent all those points to get it really good. Now you can make an attack with your lightsaber. So you're going to roll your lightsaber skill, and the difficulty is actually I can just I'll modify your pool and then go to your weapons and gear. Don't click it yet, but there's a button in the middle of your lightsaber. See that, the little D20?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you when to click that bad boy. And you're at a penalty of 1 because of the shot you had to dodge. Okay, go ahead and click it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, you hit and you did a crit. So awesome, good work. What does that look like? You're gonna kill the guy, and because they're minions, the crit doesn't do anything. You basically just like flat out kill one. So what does that look like when we see Jurek like leap at this guy with his lightsaber?
So he just leaps and he kind of like flips in the air, and as he flips, the bullet flies underneath, and you just see this like silver streak come out. And then as he lands, he just kind of like two pieces the guy, and you see the top half just fall from the bottom half, and the legs just like topple over. Yeah.
I think he like screams as you like land. He's like ah, and you cut him in half, and he just like falls down.
Yeah.
And then you look up, and Cholta is just like laughing and clapping his fat hands together. Yeah, he's not mad you killed his guard. He's just like, ooh, this is even more interesting now. Okay, so you mark 1 stress from the dark side point, and mark one conflict. Increase your conflict by 1. So I think it's gone from 0 to 1. Okay, so that's 2 slots. 1 more PC before the guards get to act.
Which one's stress and which one's conflict?
Stress is at the top of your sheet.
Or
sorry, strain. It's the one that says strain. Yeah, you have 1 now. It goes up to 2.
Okay. Where did I get the first one from?
That was from the ship. That was when you were in the shit landed on you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you have 2 strain now, and then you mark 1 conflict, which is on the character at the very bottom.
Oh yeah.
Under morality. Okay. Yeah. So there's 1 more PC that gets to go. So who's it going to be?
Would I be able to move from? Well, Jesse's worthless.
Well, remember,
now I have a plan. Nobody's worth
all right.
this 'cause they always inspire you.
Well, will I still use a move or an action if I just try to? How can I close the distance from these guys Or to these guys?
Yeah, so you can maneuver, and then you can make an action. Now, moving, you can change one range increment, so you can get one closer, but they're at medium. So if you take 2 maneuvers, you can get right up to one, but you won't get to attack this turn.
Okay. I draw the force pike and then I let Jesse do whatever his plan is.
Okay, so you take out your pike and just like stand guard.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so the guards are gonna go. This guard up here is gonna shoot at. Well, they all act as a group.
That's my action. I was just saying I wasn't really acting and I was letting Jesse do whatever his plan
I
was.
see. So you're gonna wait and go after the guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so let's let Zero go first. What do you want to do?
So during the entire thing, I'm just like, oh no, just like freaking out, right? But because I am a droid and this is Star Wars, is it possible that while I'm freaking out, I somehow, using the ability of xenology, stumble into the control panel that controls the Hutt's platform that moves him around and causes it to go haywire? Can we make that happen?
So this game actually has like a mechanic for that kind of silly plan where you're like, no, I just want to do a silly thing. Yeah, if you spend that last destiny point you have, you can say you can just be like, yep, you see the panel, and you can just like wander over and like bonk into it, and then we'll make a roll to see if you like lower him.
I definitely want to, but
Okay,
I don't want to do it on purpose. I want to frighteningly go like, oh no, and like stumble into it.
Okay, all right, yeah. So you just like stagger backwards, and we'll move you into the short range. And yeah, you bump into a panel, and because you spent your destiny point, I think Chilta gets lowered down into medium range, and he's just like gets mad. He's like, oh, and like swings out his arm and hits his protocol droid, and the droid like tumbles to the ground, and he's shouting in Huttese as his platform starts to lower towards the floor. Cool, I like it. Good stuff. All right, what do you want to do now, Wookie?
I mean, if I can move, then I'll just close the distance with the 2 movement things to one of them.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So you run up into medium, and you're now you're in range with that guy. Okay. So you'll get to do that. Sorry, the guards go first, then you'll move. So they're gonna shoot first. And this guard right here down at the bottom, like he sees the droid stumbling around, but doesn't even shoot him. Like he just shoots past him. At the group in the middle. So he's going to shoot at the Wookiee. And I will roll for that. Actually, I think... no, you know what? They're going to focus on the Jedi, because you just kill one of their dudes, and they're scared of you. So they're all going to fire at you. So it's going to be... let me see here. Guards. Okay, so they've got... 3 dice. They got 1 and 2 yellow, and the difficulty at this range is 2. Okay. All right, getting shot at, Jedi, Master Jedi. Now you have some armor, right? Do you have a defense? Do you have a defense score?
If I did, I didn't write it down.
Let me take a look. No, you don't. You just have a higher soak. Okay. All right. So
I do have a lightsaber though that can block bullets. Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah. Well, you gotta maybe if you get some more force training in you. But right now, these guards they bring up their rifles and they fire them at you. I got I think 2 successes. Yeah, 2 successes, no advantage or anything. So they deal some damage. So they deal blaster rifle damage to you, but you have 5 soak because you have some armor on under your robes. You're well prepared. So let's see how much damage that is.
Guys, all Jedi can reflect shots. I'm not a Jedi that doesn't reflect shots. Period.
Yeah.
Just don't specialize in it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like it requires a force talent to be able to do. Okay, here we go. Blaster. Rifle. So the one that these guys have does 7 damage. 8 damage, but reduced. So you take 3 wounds.
Okay.
So at the top of your character sheet, just mark 3 wounds. I didn't have any, or sorry, 4, because I got 1 more success. So they all fire at you, and you turn, and one of the blasts hits your armor, and scorches you. But yeah, it doesn't hurt too bad. And then your Wookiee friend goes running up towards the nearest guard. So you're back to the top. So there's 3 more PC actions. Who wants to go? And this one can be anybody.
I'd like to use my weapon.
Yeah.
The force spike, and then just attack this guard. Yeah.
Perfect.
How do I roll for that though? Because I only have a critical roll on weapons.
Yeah, it's okay.
Brawl attack or melee attack?
The way it works on the character sheet is I'll add in the difficulty. There you go. So you're ready to go for that. And all you have to do is under your weapons and gear, just click that die in the middle, the little D20, and that'll handle all the weapon stuff for you.
There's no. You mean the dice pool?
No. In your weapon, how it says damage 6, critical 2, then there's a little D20. Just click that.
Oh, okay. I thought that was only for critical. There you go.
There you go. Okay. So I get to spend 2 disadvantage, but you get a hit with 3 successes. So it moves your damage from 6 to 8.
Okay. And does that take into account feral strength?
Let's see. What does your feral strength do?
I have 2 ranks of it, so it adds 2 damage per rank.
Ah, nice. Okay. So no, that deals another 2. Okay. So 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you definitely kill this one.
Okay, great.
So you got a big pike with like
sorry, Chuck.
End. What does that look like?
I think I just raise my hands up like a Tusken Raider, then just stab this guy with the force spike. And he's dead.
Nice. Yeah.
He's right in the gut. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he like seizes up and falls down and is like spasming and kicking on the ground. Okay. Aya or Zero or the Jedi?
I would still say go for it because he's been shot.
Okay. I want to do something a little unorthodox.
Okay.
I want to force leap to the hut.
Okay.
And just literally just hold a saber to his throat.
Okay. All right. Sure. Make your force leap roll again. So the athletics with the added force die. Let me make sure that your pool is set up for that. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Just make an athletics roll. Oh, and sorry, Shorty. Take two strain from your last action because I didn't spend those to spare yet.
Okay.
Okay, so you're riding this dark side wave, Jorik. Like you can feel the battle kind of like welling up in you. You got success, but you gotta take that dark side point if you want.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, all right. So you're being fueled by your anger, and you get three advantage to spend. So you can get rid of your strain if you want, and then you can give a die to someone else for the next action.
Sounds good.
Okay, all right. And then make another conflict, and you take another strain, so it kind of evens out.
Okay.
But you succeed, so you leap over there as a maneuver, land next to the hut, who's like just totally startled, like he leans back and like waves his arms in the air, his little tail flapping, and then you can still act. You still have an action. So what do you want to do?
Literally, I just want to hold the saber at his face, and then I just say, "Call them off."
Okay. All right. So you want to try and intimidate him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can roll. You can roll your intimidation, which is coercion in this case.
Coercion.
Yeah. And I'm gonna spend a destiny. So I'll give you back one of your one of your destiny points. I'm gonna spend a destiny to make it extra hard for you.
I'll spend it too.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna get an upgrade as well.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So you can roll your I think it should work there. So just go ahead and roll your coercion, and then I'll sort out the points. How'd you do?
No.
Yeah, you didn't need the force point, but yeah, it did not work. So my upgrade cancels your success. So you see there's 1 success and 1 failure, and then there's 3 threat. So for 3 threat, I can spend 2. Let's see what I want to spend those on. Okay, Okay, the active character falls prone. So here's what happens. You leap over there, and you point the thing at him, and you're like, call him off. And his tail, you didn't, like, notice it. It swings up and, like, knocks you off the platform. And you, like, stumble back and fall on the ground. And he just laughs. He just, like, points at you. He's like, ho, 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 Jedi. Ho, ho, ho. And, your turn is up. So, Aya, do you wanna go?
Yes.
Yeah. Your Jedi's on his butt over here by Chulta.
See, I would have said, like, he would have knocked me off, but I would have done a backflip and land on my feet because I'm a Jedi.
Yeah, but you got all those disadvantages, all that threat I got to spend. So
Yeah, that means I just fell off the stage. What? Why would I fall that far? What?
No, you're next to him. That's where you were. You jumped onto the platform, pointed the lightsaber at him, and just got knocked on your butt.
Okay.
You're prone.
All right.
You're not like, you're not far away.
I thought Jabba was the Helix guy up there.
Oh no, Chulta's this dude. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he just sends you flying. You're in space now.
Yeah, 40 feet.
Yeah. Okay. So you need two more PCs to go. So the other two of you can go before we.
Okay, I'm gonna move closer in short range of this guy.
One more.
And,
okay.
And blast him.
Okay.
And blast him.
Now you do get an advantage from Jorik, so that'll give you an extra die for that. Let's take a look at your pool. So you're gonna have 2 difficulty, and you get 1 bonus. So go ahead and click your ranged light.
It has 2P next to it. Do I keep that?
No. Go ahead and you can delete that.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you hit the guy, and you get an advantage. So you can pass that die along if you want for the one, or you can heal a strain if you have one. But for those 2 successes, you deal. What's the damage in your weapon?
I should put that down. Wait, I think I did.
It should be under weapons.
Weapons and gear. I forgot to add how. Oh wait, yeah, 5 damage.
Okay,
but
perfect.
It says stun setting. What does that mean?
Oh, it just means you can set it to stun if you want to.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah, it does 5 damage.
Yeah, you kill the guy.
Okay.
So you fire your blaster while maybe he's distracted by all this Jedi leaping. You fire.
He's just sitting there like.
Yeah, what the hell? And you just blast him in the chest. He grabs his chest and tumbles down onto the ground. Okay, so there's one.
Just like. Afterwards.
There's one guard left, and then Zero you can go. So this guard.
I passed mine to Zero, by the way, since he's the last one.
Perfect. Okay, so the guard is going to take a shot at Jorik. He's going to try and protect Chulta. So Jorik, the guard, shoots at you, and now he's alone. So he's just got 3 dice and at a difficulty of 2. All right, let's see if he hits you. Yes, he does. Okay, so you get hit. You get hit for 10, and your armor absorbs 5. So take 5 more wounds.
Oh, guys, just kill him. Yeah, goddamn.
You're the Jedi, man.
So
I'm gonna be a dead Jedi in a minute.
I just killed one, and the Wookiee killed one.
what was your Jorg? What was your wound threshold before?
It was
when it was at max
13.
13. Okay, so you can leave that part at 13, and then just under current mark how many you've got, like how many wounds you've taken.
All right. Okay.
So you took 5 this time, and how many did you take the last time?
3.
3. Okay, so you have 8 total. So you're basically fine until you hit your threshold. The way that damage works for non-minions, like we haven't done it for you guys attacking them because they're all just nobodies. Like pretty much any hit will get rid of them. But with PCs or important characters, if you take a hit that either triggers a critical, which is that little like lightsaber icon, or you trigger it with advantage on your dice, you can cause a critical wound. Or if you're already at or above your threshold, every wound is a crit. So you're pretty much like in fine fighting shape until you're above, for you, like 13, for example.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, the guard is like trying to protect Chulta, takes a shot at you as you stumble back onto the ground. Zero, while this like gunfire is going on, what are you doing?
Can I go over to the knockdown protocol droid and help him up and try to convince him that this is crazy because he's going to be out of a master if this doesn't stop?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So you go over to the protocol droid, and he's like lying on his back on the ground, like kicking his feet, trying to get up.
How rude! Let me help you up, fellow protocol droid. I, like, lift him up. I'm like, if your master does not cease with this violence, surely you will be out of a job. What kind of protocol droid is there if there is no protocol?
Awesome. All right, make a charm roll. Let's see if you can charm this guy.
A charm roll.
Your very best rolls.
Regretting 3 points of agility now, aren't you, protocol droid?
So your charm.
Oh no.
Let me set the difficulty for you. Okay, go ahead and just roll. Okay, so you succeed. And
Yay.
you like pick him up, and he's like, "Get your hands off me," and like dusts himself off. And then he looks up at Chilta, and he sees the like lightsaber, and looks at you and shakes his head, and he says, "I'm not paid enough for this," and like starts like walking like away, like he's trying to get out of the room. Yeah, he's just like abandoning his master and just like boop and like shuffling off, trying to get away. So any PC can go. It's it's a top slot again.
It's one round to make it to the other one.
Yeah, because you're at engaged range from here, but yeah, if you spend your whole round, you go medium to short, short to engaged, and then you're ready to fight him on the next turn.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Who's next after that?
I'd say Sam go next, or should I? I'm gonna turn and try to aim at the hut if I go next.
Okay. So you just turn and point your blaster pistol at the hut.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up close to him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna aim my blaster. And now that there's only one guy left and it looks like Shorty's on it, I'm gonna be like, "This is your last chance. You can call them off, or we can do this."
Okay. Make a coerce roll, and I'm gonna spend another point.
Okay.
So just give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab you your force point here.
Oh, okay. So should I make the roll or?
No, I'll set your difficulty because I gotta adjust it because I'm spending a destiny. So
Okay.
There we go. So now you all have one again that you can spend. Basically, once I have all four, you have to wait for me to use them before you get them back. Okay, so go ahead and make a coercion test now. Your difficulty set in the roller. Ooh, okay.
I failed.
Okay. Yeah, you super fail.
That's like rolling a 1.
Yeah, I think he just laughs.
Wait, can you crit fail?
Yes, if I had rolled a despair on that, then yeah, they would have been really bad. But you just failed. So he just laughs, like he's so enjoying this. He couldn't even imagine that you're any kind of threat. So he's just like, ho, 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 ho. And he like laughs at you, pointing the gun in his face. And his like slave girls are looking at you like terrified and like looking at you like, oh God, help us, please. Like,
and I you just see like the veins in my forehead just start to like pulse, and I just look furious.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Wait, so that was my move, right? I can't shoot.
Yeah, that was your action. So you have the gun pointed, and then you can you can shoot if you want.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, Barum right now is just like crouched down in the middle of the room, like waiting for the blasting to stop. Okay, Jorik or Zero can go. You got a PC slot here.
Jorik just like gets up off his ass and
so
he was like,
if you're prone, you have to spend a maneuver to stand up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna do anything this turn. Like he kind of gets up and he like retracts his saber, and he was just like, well, I guess it was worth a shot, because he had no intention of killing the hut, and he thinks the hut like saw through that.
That's cool. So like, yeah, you definitely feel like you could just turn it on and just like cut this guy down. Be like, no, put the saber away.
Yeah, I just put it away and I just like dust myself off, and I just wait for the other guys to finish off the last guy in the room.
Okay. All right. Zero. Do you wanna do anything before the Wookiee tries to finish this guy off?
Can I get into crazy hijinks and chase down the other protocol droid?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Okay, sure. Yeah, you chase after him. Okay, cool. So you can use your move. You kind of like move away from the battle. And now, yeah, do you want to try and finish this thing off, Shorty?
Yep, I will.
Okay, let me add your. Yeah. Okay, you're still set up for the roll. So just go ahead and roll your force spike.
All right. Rolled,
Yeah.
I think.
Cool. Yeah. All you needed was to hit him. The force spike does enough damage to kill him. So yeah, I think as you're running towards him with the force spike, he like takes that last shot at the Jedi and then turns and like puts his arms up like, oh no, and then you force spike him.
Does a Heinemann scream.
Yeah. Exactly. So he collapses on the ground, and I think that Chulta is just like beside himself with excitement. He's just like clapping his hands and says, this is because his interpreter droid is gone. But I think that like twi'lek definitely understand Huttese. So you understand him when he says this. He says, he's like, oh, that was the most fun I've had in weeks. I like you. And he gestures like to the space in front of him, and he says, perhaps we can talk after all. And he reaches over and grabs his this little like controller and pushes it forward, and it brings him the platform and his slaves and the now standing Jedi all get like brought down onto floor level.
And I sort of instead of like when he says perhaps now we can talk, I just go, no, we're not talking. This is our floor now. And I walk closer.
Okay, yeah, so you want to like get up in his face?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So combat is over. So if you want to, I think, Zero, you're following the protocol droid, and he gets to a part where he's like about to leave the room, and then you hear the familiar like buzz of his restraining bolt going off, and he like seizes up, and he looks down at the bolt and shakes his head, and he's like, oh, how unfortunate.
That'll teach you. And I just turn around and go back to my friends. Like,
yeah, he's like, but you said, oh dear, and like scrambles off after you. Cool. Okay, so we'll fade out on Aya, pistol in hand, being like, we're not done here, Hut, and we can fade down to that, and we'll come back after the break and deal with the Hut.
All right, we'll be right back.
Cool.
Okay.